We all know in the logistics industry that time is money, and with the increasing focus on technology, automation is becoming more widely adopted. So today I want to talk about a few different tips to help your company increase automation and save time and a little bit of cash in the process. Hi, my name is Blythe Brumleve, and I spent more than a decade working in the logistics industry for a variety of different companies. So here are just a few tips that I have that can help your company work smarter, not harder. Driver onboarding can be one of the most time-consuming processes that any logistics company sort of takes advantage of. And one of the tips that I like to suggest for a lot of my clients is to take advantage of using your website to increase driver recruiting and onboarding. And a simple way that you can do this is to add your application, your driver application, right to your website, or to add a link. A lot of companies out there use Intella app or another application process, but what's happening is a lot of recruiters will take that app link and they'll put it out on Craigslist, they'll put it out on Facebook, and so they have no idea how this app is actually working for them. And so what I suggest to my clients is to take that link and place it on your website. And what you can do with that is you can build a page directly for recruiting drivers, and you have a link to that application right there. And then you also have a section where the drivers can upload their driver's license, their onboarding documents, and things like that. And then your recruiting staff can then take that link and put it up on Craigslist, put it up on Facebook, and then you can test how those social media networks are sending traffic to your website and how many completed applications are done in the process. This will help your company know where to take a little bit of extra money and to either put it in Craigslist, put it on another driver recruiting forum, but at least you know that if you put the application link on your website, you can sort of test where that traffic comes from and if it's actually resulting in recruiting drivers efficiently. Now, we've talked about driver onboarding. Next, I want to talk about carrier onboarding, which if you've worked for any 3PL or if you've worked as a broker or you manage a team of brokers, you probably know that they've been chasing down fax machines and signatures for a broker carrier agreement for years. Now, one of the solutions that I offer is, or you can have anybody essentially put it on your website. And what happens is that you take your broker agreement and you put it right on your website. And you take that link and you, instead of sending out a Word document or a PDF document and expecting a lot of these carriers to sign it, sign every page, initial every page, what they're doing instead is they're signing an electronic broker agreement. And once it's signed, it's completely legal, it's completely binding, and it's sent directly to your carrier relations team. And once your carrier relations team has it, then they can do the proper vetting, in Carrier 411 and other websites. But the beauty of this method is that you're not paying a TMS thousands and thousands of dollars per month for essentially the same product. And another benefit of using this method of putting your broker agreement right on your website is that you own the information. So if you ever decide to change in the future to change your TMS provider, what happens is that you own this information. So you can easily switch from one TMS to another because you already have your carriers vetted. You already have all of their information and their signed broker agreements. They're not locked into a TMS where you're going to have to pay them. And I got this quote from one of the TMS providers that are out there, and they wanted to charge $10,000 per month for this service. With my method, with my strategy, and this is something that you can implement again right on your website, this same strategy, you pay a one-time fee, probably anywhere from $1,000 to $2,500, a one-time fee, and that's integrated right onto your website, and you own it for life. And that's the true benefit of using this sort of integration right on your website, is that you're free and you're independent to move to another TMS if you like, or to stay with your same TMS and just save, about $8,000 every single month because you already own the information. You already own that piece of software. And the last thing I want to talk about today is utilizing the pages on your website. I've talked about this in a previous video where I talk about creating inbound leads and monitoring those leads. But what's missed often in the supply chain industry and logistics and trucking is that you're not utilizing your company's expertise in order to find new business, in order to find new clients and new customers. And the easiest way to do that is to find somebody that is an expert in a certain regard. parts. So say you're an expert in LTL shipping, say you're an expert in refrigerated or frozen shipping. What you can do is have an executive within the company write down or assign somebody that's in the marketing department, have them interview that expert and find out the ways that you're an expert in that field. You put it in a guide and you take that guide and you turn it into a white paper. It doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be 10 pages long. It can just simply be the most useful information that your company can offer, and you're giving this advice away for free to potential clients and potential customers. And the way that you give it away for free is that you take this white paper, you take this case study, and you put it on a page on your website. And in order for somebody to access that page, they have to give your company their email address. And once you have their email address, then you know exactly what that company or what that client is interested in, and your sales team can follow up appropriately with that person. And so say if it's a shipper is out there looking for a carrier that is an expert in shipping ice cream, for example, and you create a guide about shipping ice cream and how you are better at it than all of your competition, and you take that guide and you know exactly what they're interested in. So when your sales team picks up the phone, they already have a significant advantage over your competition because they already know exactly what that shipper is interested in using and using you for. So it just helps create that digital handshake is a lot easier to overcome when you know exactly what that potential customer is already interested in. Now, these are just a few of the ways that you can utilize your company's website to help your company work smarter and not harder and save a little cash. And when I say a little, I kind of mean a lot of cash in the process, because we all know that this industry is changing on a dime and technology is becoming more widely adopted, especially for 2018 and beyond. So you can utilize these tips plus more on your website, and so that way your company is utilizing your internal resources first before you outsource anything else. If you like this video, be sure to hit the subscribe button at the bottom, and if you want any help with integrating any of these services right into your website, you can hit me up on brumlevebrands.com. But just in case, just be sure to subscribe to the channel, and then that way you get more tips like this in the future that your marketing team or your internal resources team can use in the future. Until next time.